Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam wa rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to 30 Ways in 30 Days. Today, inshallah, we will talk about the way of sidq, or having truthfulness, or being of the truthful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen. O you who believe, have taqwa of Allah and be of the truthful. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, عليكم بالصدق فإنه يهدي إلى البر وإن البر يهدي إلى الجنة ولا يزال الرجل يصدق حتى يكتب عند الله صديقا. That I advise you with truthfulness, for truthfulness leads to righteousness, and righteousness leads to paradise. And a person will continue to be of the truthful until he is written with Allah as the truthful, or the person will continue to speak with truthfulness until he's written with Allah as a Siddiq, or the truthful ones. And in the opposite, the Prophet said, إن الكذب يهدي إلى الفجور وإن الفجور يهدي إلى النار. That lying will lead to corruption, and corruption will lead into the hellfire. So sidq is a sifa, or a characteristic of the believers. The Prophet ﷺ, he said in an authentic hadith, when he was asked, who are the best of people? أَيُّ النَّاسُ أَفْضَلُ? The Prophet ﷺ said, كُلُّ مَخْتُومِ الْقَلْبِ صُدُوقِ الْلِسَانِ. Everybody that has مَخْتُوم الْقَلْب, of the heart, مَخْتُوم الْحَرْ, will describe that, and a truthful tongue. And they said, we know what a truthful tongue is, O Messenger of Allah, so what is مَخْتُوم الْقَلْب? And he said, هُوَ الْتَقِيَ النَّقِي الَّذِي لَا إِثْمَ فِيهِ وَلَا بَغِي وَلَا غِلْنَ وَلَا حَسَدٍ. He said, it's the heart that has it's clean and pure, and it has no sinfulness and no transgression in it, and it has no hatred or jealousy in it. And this is the heart that describes the believers that will be of the best of people. So sidq is considered a characteristic or attribute of the best of the best. Also, sidq is a way to earn Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's love. When the Prophet ﷺ said, should I tell you something that will earn Allah's love? فإذا أحببتم أن يحبك الله ويحبكم الله ورسوله فأدوا إذا أتمنتم واصدقوا إذا حدثتم واحسنوا الجوار من جاوركم. He said that if you want to earn the love of Allah and His Messenger, that you should keep your promises, your oaths, and speak the truth if you talk, and be kind to your neighbors, or do good to your neighbors. Sidq is also a way to escape from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be successful in the dunya. There's a story of Ka'ab ibn Malik radiallahu anhu, the great Sahabi, in Surah Tawbah towards the end, about the Ghazwat of the Battle of Tabuk, when he was one of the ones that were unable to, or that didn't attend. And he spoke the truth instead of making an excuse. And I advise you to go back and look up his story. It's a little bit long, but inshallah, if you go back, it's much benefit to show the successfulness of those who are truthful. Also, there is a story by Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, rahimahullah ta'ala. He was advised with his mother when he went to go seek knowledge. She gave him 40 dinars, and she told him, always keep truthfulness with you. Do not lie. Always be of the truthful. And subhanAllah, so has it that as he was traveling, some highway robbers, they came and overtook his caravan. And the first one asked him, what do you have with you? And he said, I have 40 dinars. And he laughed, thinking that he was making fun of him or something like that. This little kid, or this young man, having that much money was kind of far-fetched. So he left him alone. But then another one came and he said the same thing. And then this one took him to the Amir of the highway robbers, basically, the leader of them, the leader of the pack. And he asked the same thing of him, and he said it to him as well, that I have 40 dinars. And then the leader said, what made you do this? And he said, I promised my mother I would not lie. I took an oath with her that I would keep the truth, and so you asked me what I had, and I told you the truth. And he said, subhanAllah, you're keeping this oath, you're not breaking the oath with your mother, and here we are breaking the oath with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I bear witness that I make tawbah upon your hand. And then all his followers said the same thing, that you are a leader in being robbers, so we will follow you in making tawbah as well. And they all made tawbah on the hand of Abdul Qadir al-Jilani because of his sidq. So this characteristic is a way for the believers. It's brave to always be truthful, and it's cowardly to be deceptive. The Prophet ﷺ, his closest companion Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he earned the name of Siddiq, the truthful one, because not only was he the honest, but he believed as well. So when the Prophet ﷺ said, or he was told anything about the Prophet ﷺ, he would accept it automatically. And we know the story of Isra wal Mi'raj, when the mushrikeen, the disbelievers, the polytheists, basically made fun of him, saying that, your friend is saying that he went from Mecca to Jerusalem and back, or he ascended, the seven heavens. And he said, if he said so, then he is truthful, because he had the sidq in his heart, so he knew the Prophet ﷺ was also of those who are the truthful, and he believed it automatically, and that's how he earned his nickname as Siddiq. There are many other ayat and ahadith that show the benefit of truthfulness, but it's just a general characteristic in most societies of a outstanding person or a good person, is that he always speaks the truth, that if he promises you something, he keeps his promise, that if he tells you something, you can be at ease that is from the truth, and you don't have to worry about double checking. And this is the one that we should aspire to have, inshallah, as Muslims. And this is a way, like I said, another way to Jannah. So inshallah, we will always try to have our lisan, our tongue, saying nothing but the truth. And if we cannot talk the truth, or if we cannot speak well, then as we should do, as the Prophet ﷺ said, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, he should speak well or speak good or remain silent. Until next time, جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.